what you want, what you want.
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and last night I went to the movies in theaters and I saw was Batman v Superman. Now, it was the moment that everyone's been dying and waiting for, was the battle between the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel. So it was a David versus Goliath battle, and how amazing that Ben Affleck playing as Batman, that this time he didn't mess up. He didn't mess up the character at all. Ever since with Daredevil, that was practically the worst film ever, but to me it was okay. I love it how they relate to the comic books of The Dark Knight Returns, because where Batman wore the armor suit and facing off Superman, that was the only climactic clash between the Man of Steel versus the Dark Knight. I loved it. I loved it so much, but the problem is about this film that it felt really rushed again. I thought for sure that Zack Snyder would have learned from his mistake from Man of Steel, that he couldn't just try to not rushing the script too much, and especially rushing the storyline. I mean, sure, we've seen the origin of Batman, we've seen his parents dying and how he became Batman. But for some reason that there were some scenes, well, most scenes that were left out or really unexplained. Zack Snyder did announce that this movie will be rated R when it comes to Blu-ray and DVD. That hopefully we get to see more scenes that are explained, or probably be much more violent and gory. Especially, we'll see more fights between Batman and Superman. For the actors that Ben Affleck playing as Bruce Wayne and Batman, I find it surprising that he didn't really mess it up, and I'm really surprised that when he's Bruce Wayne, that he's all dark, gloomy, and very angry, because how he evolves so much that he realized that he's very old and tired, but he doesn't want to give up being as Batman, fighting crime, getting justice. And when he's Batman, he's totally different. Even the voice, how he did it, really did it well, really much more superb. And I love with all these suits that he wore was the original suit, the Nightmare suit, and battle armor. That was badass. And Henry Cavill returning to play as the Man of Steel himself, known as Superman. I can really see that how he processed his character and how he much evolved from after his last previous film, The Man of Steel. But the only difference is that he's very dark and he's really much more angry. Everyone sees him that he's an illegal alien, that he does not wish to be welcome in this planet. I thought for sure that everyone would have support him or worship him, but saying that he is a false god. But most likely at the end we see him like processing and becoming the true hero of how Superman becomes. And for Jesse Eisenberg, who plays as Lex Luthor, at first in the first act he's very chipper, funny, and quite a little bit of a comedian sarcastic, I mean. But throughout the film, he's almost like that, but he gets a little darker and he starts to process, and at the end he starts to become the true, actual Lex Luthor that everyone's been dying to see. Everyone's been complaining that he was being too sarcastic and being too chip off the old block. If we see him evolving, or in bright distant future, either another Superman film or in the Justice League film, that hopefully he does evolve and hopefully he does take his character real serious. And we see other characters from previous film from Man of Steel. Amy Adams returning to play as Lois Lane, Lawrence Fishburne returning to play as Perry White, and lastly we see Diane Lane to play as Martha Kent, Clark's mother. there's been mixture reviews about it, and for me, I think it's good, but it's not as better than Deadpool. It's not really great. It's not too superistic. Okay, that's kind of weird to say that, superistic. I mean, who says that anyways? Is it worth watching it? Yeah, I could watch it again. I mean, I don't mind seeing it over again. And it's surprising that we see cameos and Easter eggs from the movie, that there'll be like upcoming films, including the Justice League that'll be coming next year. But me and my friend, we saw it, and she kind of felt a little disappointed, and especially with the Wonder Woman, that she was a little too skinny, and she could have been a little, you know, bulk or muscular, had some little muscles in her. But she wasn't too bad, and I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but she did play as Wonder Woman, and she will be in the next movie, the upcoming movie of Wonder Woman, so there'll be an origin about her. And so I know it'll be before Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice or after, so I'm not really too sure. So just to rate this film for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, I would have to give it a 8 out of 10. Was it a good movie? Yes, it was. But the storyline and the script were very rushed, and they could have done better. But when we see the rated R version, when it comes on Blu-ray and DVD, hopefully they explain it and they show more scenes about what happened this or what happened that. And with the fighting sequence, the fighting scenes of between Batman v Superman, that was the best. Oh, and another thing for Doomsday was of a combination between the Abomination and a troll from the Lord of the Rings film. I didn't really find the Doomsday not too much, not very amazing. I mean, they could have done a little better, make him probably in the comic book series, but they did try a bit. They almost tried. So hopefully when this movie comes on Blu-ray and DVD and they have the unrated version or the rated R version, I'll be looking forward to see that. I'll probably watch it again. It was definitely worth watching. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off. His saying is, peace!